Workshops 1 and 6 are titled Plate Power. And in these workshops, students are going to learn about My Plate. They'll learn about the different food groups in My Plate and the key messages that go along with My Plate. So before the workshop, in addition to watching this video, you're going to want to go over the curriculum. So get out the teacher folder, and workshops 1 and 6, the lessons are on pages 1 and 2. So go over the lessons, go over the teacher manual. So when you open the teacher manual, the first page has a table of contents, and you're going to go to the workshop agendas and lesson plans on pages 6 through 9. So we'll flip to page 6, and first you're going to want to read, it's the agenda for all workshops, so this is the basic backbone for each of the workshops. And then you're going to read the workshop 1 Plate Power activity description. So look over those, become comfortable with them. Make sure you take a look at the worksheets that go along with workshops 1 and 6. So we have a food bingo card of some food bingo words and then food bingo clues. So after you become familiar with those, then you're going to gather all of the materials you need. So I'll go through this one with you. Go ahead and take out your bag, and you're also going to take out the list of items that you need. So in your file folder under the workshops 1 and 6 tab, you're going to find the materials checklist for workshops 1 and 6. So for workshop 1, you're going to collect everything listed. So out of box 1, you're going to collect the raffle tickets, the purple bag for the raffles, the pencil box with pencils and Sharpies for the students. You're also going to collect a Ziploc bag with Dixie cups, kidney beans, and prizes for food bingo. So this is all for the food bingo game. And then the last thing out of box 1 is the prize bag. So you'll collect all of those, and then you'll get out of box 2, we're going to get the workshop 1 packet. Looks like this. Your teacher shape up folder. Make sure you bring that with you. Then you're going to collect, you're going to bring the file folder and all of the shape up folders for the high school students. So you'll grab a whole pile of them. Inside the folders, the students are going to have their own mentor manual and the student workbook. So you're going to collect all of those, bring those with you. And some extra pre-tests. So at the orientation, the students all took the pre-test, but for any new students that come that didn't take the pre-test, you'll put some extra tests in the file folder. So you'll bring all that with you to the workshop. When you're in the classroom setting up before the students come, you're going to want to set it up so that they can work in groups. So if it's a classroom where they have individual desks, you can just kind of push them into a circle, or make sure that they can seat about 6 to 8 at each table group. So you're going to have a total of 6 table groups. And on each of the tables, you are going to put a sign-up sheet, which you'll find in the workshop 1 packet. It looks like this. So there's 6 of them. So you'll put 1 sign-in sheet on each table, and you'll also put about 8 pencils from the pencil box onto each of the tables for the students. Okay, so once the classroom's all set up and the students start coming in, as well as the adult mentors, what you're going to want to do is at workshop 1, you want to kind of coordinate them into their groups. So make sure that there's 1 to 2 adult mentors at each of the table groups, and then disperse the high school students equally among all the groups. The first thing you're going to want to do also is see if there are any students that weren't at orientation, and make sure that they take their pre-tests before they start learning anything, in order to get accurate results for those. Okay, so you are going to pass out the shape up folders to each of the students. The adult mentors should already have theirs and brought them from home because you gave them to them at orientation. So hand each of the students a folder, and you're going to pass around the Sharpies that are found in the pencil box. You should have 2 really large Sharpies. So pass those around, and the students are going to put their names on their folders. Because at the end of each workshop, you're going to collect them from the students just so that they don't take them home and forget to bring them to the next workshop. So once they put their names on their folders, then you're going to have a pre-workshop connection. And you're going to do this at every single workshop. So this is about 10 minutes that the mentors and the mentees spend talking about any questions or concerns they have about nutrition. They can go over their food and activity logs that they did the previous week and talk about some struggles they had or what they learned from making the food and activity log. They can talk about any goals that they set, discuss how that went. So it's just some time for the mentors to really do their mentoring, and it's a time for the high school students to learn how to become a mentor, since they're going to become a mentor in the second half of the program. So after the pre-workshop connection, then the intern is going to teach the nutrition lesson. So in the mentor manual, this is pages 1 through 2, and I'll just briefly go through this with you. So you're going to learn about the 5 food groups, the benefits of eating breakfast, and then my plate messages. The main messages are balancing calories, foods to eat more often, foods to eat less often, and then about physical activity. So spend about 10 minutes going through that, and when you're done talking about the lesson, it's good to ask the students, certain questions that they should have picked up from the lesson, and whoever answers them, they can get some raffle tickets in order to win some more prizes at the end of the workshop. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is the food bingo activity. So this is a fun game. You're going to get out the materials, and each table is going to get 1 Dixie cup with the kidney beans. So just go ahead and fill the cups with kidney beans and put 1 on each table. So the students will get those, and then have them open up their student workbook. To the first page is the food bingo card, and on the second page is the food bingo words. So have the students volunteer to read each of the sections of the food bingo word sheet, and all of the words that are bold and underlined, those are the words that the students are going to put into each of the blank boxes on the food bingo card. And remind them to mix it up. We don't want everyone's card to look the same. So once all of these have been read and everyone's food bingo card is filled out, then you are going to take your teacher manual and open up to the clues page, and you're going to start reading through the clues. So for example, the first one is a food from the dairy group, and the answer is in parentheses here, and the answer is yogurt. So it's up to you. You can either have students raise their hand to answer yogurt, or you can have them shout it out, however you want to do it. So go through that until someone gets 5 in a row or 5 across, diagonal, however they want to do it. They yell out bingo, and they just verify and make sure that they really do have the correct beans on the correct squares. That's what the beans are for. They'll put them on the squares. And then they get to choose a prize from the food bingo game prize bag. And you can keep going through the game. You can have them clear off their boards and keep going until you make it through all of the clues. Okay, so once the game is over, then they're going to do the post-workshop connection with their mentors. So this is another 10 minutes that they spend with the mentors, discussing what they learned, if anything was surprising to them that they learned, and then they really want to focus on setting goals for the next week. And we don't want these goals to be, really general, like I'm going to start eating healthier. We want it to be very specific, measurable. So for instance, they'll say, I want to eat 3 servings of vegetables 2 days this next week. So something that is really measurable and achievable. So once the post-workshop connection with the mentor is complete, you're going to go ahead and collect the folders from the students and put them back in the box or put them in your bag, wherever. And you're going to want to pass out you're going to collect all of the food and activity journals from the previous week, and then you're going to pass out the blank ones, which you'll find in the packet, for the following week. And remind them to be as specific as possible when filling them out, to make sure that they do fill them out and bring them the next week so that they can be entered into the raffle during culmination for some great prizes. Okay, so once all the homework's been passed out and everything, then you'll make sure that each student gets a raffle ticket, and then you're going to go ahead and pull 3 winners. And these winners get to choose anything out of the prize bag, but don't let them choose any of the mentor gifts. We'll save those for mentors. So they can either come up and pick out of the bag, or it might be easier to kind of just pull a few out and display them, because there's a lot of stuff in here. It might take them a while to look through everything. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. And once the raffle's over, then the high school students are excused to go home. But make sure the adult mentors stick around, because then you're just going to do a 5-minute debriefing with the adult mentors. You guys can discuss any concerns or questions that they have, anything that might have come up during the workshop, and then you're going to do a mentor raffle. So give each of them a mentor raffle ticket, and then they get to choose a prize. So we can do like 3 of those. Okay, and then the adult mentors are free to go. Then what you're going to do is input all the data that you might have collected during this workshop into Google Docs. So for the school teacher, you're going to input the attendance from the workshop, and the interns, you're going to input if there were any new students who took the pre-test, you're going to input that data. You're going to input the data from anyone who turned in a food and activity journal. And then also school teachers, you will be taking a few photographs during the workshop, so you're going to upload those onto the Dropbox, and then interns, you'll download those pictures, create a slideshow, and then you're going to write a mentor support email, which will help you. We'll send you some draft emails so you kind of know what is supposed to be in this, and you'll send the email along with the picture slideshow to the mentors. And it's just a nice thank you to them for coming, and a reminder of what we're going to be doing the following week. And then the last thing you're going to do is put up a post on Facebook or Twitter, some sort of social media. Either that, or if you're not involved in social media, you'll send SOS Mentor an email, just kind of describing the workshop, what the students learned, how you think it went. Try to keep it as positive as possible. And another thing you want to do is during the workshop, tell the high school students that you're going to be posting, and really encourage them to like the SOS Mentor Facebook page and to comment as much as possible, because we'll probably do a fun raffle for a prize for students who seem to be more involved on our Facebook page, or writing nice comments, saying good things. So encourage them to do that. And if they don't have Facebook, they also inside their mentor manuals, they're going to have this little card, and it shows them how, if they would like to, they can send a nice email to SOS Mentor, or they can even make a fun video, saying healthy messages, and send those to SOS Mentor as well, and they can be entered into the raffle too at the end of the program. So that's it for workshops 1 and 6. Enjoy, have a good time, and thank you again for being involved.